Hey everybody, I'm Josh with Weird Golf, and I'm joined by my brothers-in-law to talk about this awesome course that we played about a year ago called Canyons. So we're gonna check in with everybody. Scotty, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Couldn't be better. Thanks for asking.
Oh yeah, man. We got Mike Whitman in the crowd. Mike, what's up?
Great to be back on the show, Josh. Thanks for having me.
Awesome to have you, man. And then Stevie, how you doing over there? What are you working on?
I'm stringing a tennis racket. Sorry, I got to multitask here, but my other country club sport.
Well, you're good, man. Glad to have you to be able to rap about this. This was a super fun course, and as you could see by the image on the screen here, it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful course. So the goal is to kind of rap about the course, rap about why we were there, kind of give our impressions, and then kind of wrap it up real quick with some kind of overall vibes or overall grade, whatever you want to give it. But yeah, let's just kind of go around the horn and first just talk about Park City, the experience being there, and then we'll kind of rap about the golf course a little bit. So, I mean, I guess Spectre Crew, this was we were there for a wedding. So, why don't you guys talk a little bit about Park City for us?
Were we in
Yeah,
Park? Where were we? Did we go to Park City?
Yeah, dude, it was
yeah,
Park
that's
City.
right. This is
All right,
Adam's
sorry.
wedding.
I'm just thinking Salt Lake City and Park City. We're good. We're back. It was great. There wasn't much to it, but it was a great little city. It was very small. I guess it's more of a town, right? Cute little
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
Yeah, it had the little fun little strip. Pretending like we were gonna buy some art here and there. It was great.
Get a cool hat.
Yeah,
It was
definitely
it
got a
was
cool hat.
definitely a little uppity. It was a lot of expensive shit. A lot of people who definitely didn't live there full time. Houses that were worth $8 million, but a beautiful place to golf and a beautiful place for a wedding. If we didn't
Agreed.
get stuck on a freaking gondola on the way up.
I forgot about that. But yeah, so we were there for a wedding, and Mike and I were talking about it last time. I think we've done a good job of turning our family trips into golf trips, and this was no different. But we were there for what, Scotty, your brother-in-law's wedding, brother's wedding.
Yep. Sir Adam. Yep, he
Yep.
was getting married. They got married at the Four Seasons or the W or something like that up
The
Yeah,
there.
one
four
of
the,
those.
the foreskins.
Yes.
Really letting it rip.
An
This
international
guy,
team.
he's cursing. He's over here.
I know.
I
But
said frickin'.
mhm.
Yeah.
This is
No,
a
the
family
place is
friendly
great.
show.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but no, it was great. It was a very cool experience. And Scotty, you did a little bit of the research, I feel like, on some of the other courses. Like, what, talk about a little bit about like some of the other things you saw and maybe why we picked this one.
Great question. Why did we pick this one? I think we picked this one because we all kind of looked and saw that people really enjoyed the 8 hour play times. And when we saw that review, we said we have to go check this out. There's no way this is true. Like, there's no way this review is true. Nobody would play an 8 hour round of golf.
It's
I
true.
want to be clear. It might have been more than 8 hours. I mean, we were 8 hours through the front. Or that one hole we were sitting and watching on the cliff, like Quasimodo down, and no one, not a single person hit the fairway. It was
It's
like a
true.
slope to like a 200. Anyways, we're here to talk about the
Yeah.
other.
No, we're going to talk about
Anyways,
that hole specifically because I think it's one of their key features and like completely screws the routing like you talked about and just slows
yeah,
everything down. So we'll get there. But
yeah.
Have
Let's
you
get
have
back
you
to one of
ever
my key
seen
features, which is
yeah,
research. So,
yeah, yeah.
so the other courses, I actually don't remember any of them. Back to you, Josh.
Well, there was one that was like down low. It was like more the
It was
Muni
the
or something
Muni.
like
Yeah. It was the
that. That
Muni,
was
and that lady in the coffee bar also said it was like a really dope course.
yeah.
Yeah, and then she said again something about just a 4 hour playtime, and we weren't interested. I said, "Lady, we're
Wanted the
looking for
8 hour
double that,
playtime.
two
Yeah.
x minimum." And she said, "Well, I got the course for you."
You know what's funny is I don't remember you being like, "Hey guys, we should play this course. There's an 8 hour wait." Like, did you? I feel like you must
I
have
think
left that
Mike
out
found
because
it,
you.
right? Wasn't Mike like on some weird Wikipedia
Oh, Mike, was it you?
dark deep dive?
I guess it was. I kind of forgot it was me, but there were like two options for golf in Park City. One was the Muni and one was this. And yeah, maybe it took a while, but like it was also pretty cool. It was like a part of the
Yeah.
resort. It was a cool spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was
felt
cool.
all 8 hours too. Like they did not go by quick.
We didn't even
Like,
finish.
no,
We
we
got kicked off
did.
the course by a
Yeah.
Ravens fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was weather related,
Yeah, but
unfortunately.
anyways, back to the other courses. We keep
Yeah.
getting off track here.
No, but
That
it
was
was
it.
interesting, and I feel like the Muni was like kind of more down. Like I'm sure there was some elevation, but I remember passing it on the way in, and then this one is like full on cut into the side of this mountain, which gives you, the unique pleasure of like trying to always hug like the whichever side was closest to the mountain,
Right.
but that was very hard because you kept on switching direction. So it'd work with my slice, but then the other side, I'm sending something into the ether.
Right. Yeah, you might have killed someone. You might
Yeah,
have. You might
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't
I mean,
report those things.
it's dropping hundreds of feet.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands in some places. So
But yeah, so all right, so let's talk a little bit now that we're back on canyons, and we've kind of
what a smooth
talked about
transition
why
that
we're
was.
why we're here. Yeah, dude, we're new here,
Crushing it.
But this is kind of, I mean, as I think about it, like this is one of the views that I kind of remember this hole, and then on one, as we were coming up, it kind of gave you that infinity green, like just runs off, and you just see this beautiful place, and like that's kind of how you're introduced to stuff. You have this tee shot off the side of a cliff, mountains in the background. Like this place is also like 8 hour round and a little quirky, but also pretty friggin' stunning.
Yeah. It was gorgeous.
Have you ever seen Into Thin Air?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
lot
everyone
like
died. Anyways,
Um,
not everyone died. But no, it was gorgeous. I don't think we had a cloud in the sky that day either. Very similar to this exact photo.
yeah, these
Yeah.
aren't our photos. I'll
Yeah.
pull some of those up in a little bit, but I think some of these were pretty cool, and they kind of give a little bit of like that elevation change and kind of left and right swings that I was talking about. So we'll give credit here to golfpass.com. Thanks for letting us steal your photos. But I
That's
think
fun.
this was like hole one or hole two. Like there was a lot of this, like you got to be pretty confident with your shot because you're on a cliff, you don't know what's back there, and like you probably haven't warmed up all that well because there's no range.
Right. Well, no, I'm almost positive this is the first tee box, right? Because right to the left is like the outhouse with the
I think you're
bathroom.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
The
And
old
then it
service
leads to that
lounge.
beautiful infinity green over there. Like
Yeah.
that
And you know what's crazy too is the picture totally does not say that it's the fifth hole. Like the picture
it
might
definitely says that it's the fifth hole.
might
No
say
way.
it's the fifth hole.
It does. It does.
It looks super similar. It looks
Yes,
very
they all.
Look, I think that a lot of this was beautiful greens with stuff in the background, and this was the real gem of the course, I would say, and why everything took 4 to 6 hours. So
Optimistic, sure.
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about this one because I think that there's kind of two things. One, any course that has something like this is an attraction. It's why people come and play and know about your course. So there's a lot of value to it. But at the same time, it did add probably an extra hour to our round because everybody is trying to drive the green on this par four, which you wouldn't do on a normal length par four. So, would love to just kind of go around and Stevie, would love to hear from you first. Like, what was your first impression of this thing and what were you thinking about as you kind of stepped up to the tee?
Well, before we even stepped up to the tee, I mean, this goes back to why it took so long and why there was such a backlog here at this hole. Because there was a family we befriended. There was there were other
We went to their bar mitzvah last week. It was
yeah.
awesome.
There were other elements of the wedding party. So Adam and his bride's dudes were there. So yeah, there was a lot of socializing at both of the different lookouts that were like I think the tips and then the blues or something, and so. Um, we're waiting for probably 30 minutes before we can even tee off. And then we get up there and I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't even see the course. Like this photo makes it look a lot more obvious than it looked to me back. I was like, what am I even aiming for?
Agreed.
And Adam actually was like at the other lookout and was just pointing in a general direction. And I had to kind of triangulate where he was pointing. And I just let it rip and prayed I didn't hit somebody on one of the other holes because it was such a narrow hole. It was such a narrow course.
Yeah.
It was like terrace farming and the Incas like the fucking
Yeah, exactly the same. A lot of
Machu
people draw that
Picchu.
parallel. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true. It's true.
But yeah, and I flew it right, had to drop, didn't find the ball, and I don't. Did any of us find our ball?
Not
I
legally.
can't remember, honestly. I just remember getting up there being so excited after waiting for 45 minutes to hit a shot
Yeah.
and then sending something wide right.
Yeah.
I want to say Josh's was on the fairway because remember, like his drives
Maybe
only
in the
go like 50 to
bunker?
85 yards, and so it went up and then it just
I was
popped right
bunkered. But this is this is the photo. Like this is you
Yeah.
can see the green in the background. Our buddy who's getting married is in the middle here. So you get I mean it's a couple
Yeah, buddy.
100 feet of drop here, which is pretty impressive. Oh wow,
God.
look at that! Ah, great photo.
Oh, lovely.
But
Yeah.
but here we go. So I think it's
Classy guys.
pretty amazing. Like you're trying to send this thing a couple 100 yards downhill, and also aim for essentially this little block right here. Like this is what you're aiming for. A tall order that not too many casual golfers who haven't warmed up will be able to accomplish. Scotty, what were you thinking as you stepped up to the plate here?
As I was stepping up to the plate, I thought, it'd be fun again. The lovely family from Rockville took the edge off a little bit. They calmed us down. I mean, it was tough to look at, if I'm being honest. We all knew we weren't going to find our ball. Steven, if I remember correctly, was on his last ball. This is the sixth hole, right? So Steven was on his last hole, the last ball. I was wearing this sweater I bought from the pro shop. It was way too tight, but I was too proud to take it off. There's a lot going on in my brain as I walked up to this one. I honestly might have blacked out. I don't remember playing this hole, if I'm being honest.
That's
Anyways,
great.
back to you, Josh.
No, that you know what I feel like that's pretty perfect. I think
Yeah.
I too don't remember for as much time as we spent up here. Like
Yeah.
I don't remember very
I kind of
much.
don't remember trying. I just remember walking up there and like, there's no world, this ball goes in play. So I'm just gonna hit as hard as I possibly can. And if
Yep.
the Dark Lord below wants this one to go in, then it's gonna go in. And
They
unfortunately,
should
it's
have
not.
given everybody like once you get up there, like everybody should hit 2 or 3 because
Yeah.
after you're sitting for 30 minutes, like you're proud. Your first one's not going to be great, so
I agree. They should have a bucket of range balls up there.
Yeah,
for
at
sure.
least
But-
put like a practice net up there,
Yeah. But at that point, like there's 40 people waiting behind you, so you taking another couple cracks after you sent things wide, left or right is not exactly the thing to do.
Or maybe it's kind of like an amusement ride where everyone just kind of gets it. We're all waiting in line. This sucks. It's gonna take too long, and we just get it. It's our
Yeah.
turn. To
Yeah, I hope so. I think that's
Can't wait for
that's a
my
good
90 seconds of fun.
point.
I
90,
can't wait.
that'll
if,
be a long time.
90 minutes to hit this goddamn ball.
If throughout this podcast it sounds like we did not enjoy ourselves, that's just it probably sounds like that, but it really was a good time. It was just a little
Usually
traumatic.
the least fun I've ever had
Yes.
playing golf.
It was a little traumatic, but it was a good experience.
No, you're
Yeah.
totally right. I think, it was tough. You needed to be accurate, which we weren't. And
Yeah.
it was a legit course where you had to be able to place the ball places.
Yeah. I mean, golf probably hits that same nerve cluster in your brain that frats do. It's like when you get the shit beat out of you, but we're all in this together. And,
Thank you. May I have another?
Yeah, you're like, guys,
Yeah.
we're brothers. We got
Yes.
through this. Yeah.
You're very true. It's very
It's
true.
the most
I know
fun you never wanna have
psychological
again.
guys are, But I think I might be on something.
All right, Mike. What about you? What were you thinking?
I remember exactly what I did here.
Ooh.
I just duck hooked to 5-iron, short left.
No, you.
A duck hook? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so disappointing, but also
We're just happy with contact, buddy.
it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. I don't really think about how I played at this course because it just kicked your ass from Jump Street, but it was other than that, it was really cool views. Definitely never played anything like it, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like, your house over here is just getting absolutely rocked all
And
day.
why would
long.
you buy that house? It must be a $48 mortgage or
This
at
is-
most. No
Yeah,
money down.
agreed. I
So,
feel like you could probably get a good ricochet off one of these tilted roofs.
I mean,
maybe
they
this
must be
one
made out
over here.
of space age titanium. I don't know what those roofs
Yeah.
are made out of, but they probably sound really loud when it rains.
Well,
Well,
Bryson actually drove the green and hit like an eagle on hole five, and I remember sharing that reel with you guys like 6 months later, and it was just cool because we were there and we didn't do anything like that.
we were
Yeah.
close. We were
Yeah.
close.
Yeah,
No,
Lance
that's
Armstrong.
cool. It's no, this place was interesting. I feel like, to build a golf course on the side of a mountain has to take some kind of one, it has to be incredibly expensive. And two, you're building a golf course where a golf course shouldn't exist. So there's elements of like, this is going to be unique and I don't you guys all live near me, like we're not playing mountain golf too often. Like this was
Yeah.
pretty special.
Isn't there some like funky animal too? That's another cool thing about going and playing different states, all the different things that are on the course, like gators in Florida and kangaroos in Australia.
We saw
Yeah.
like a dillo or something.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
dillo?
Yeah,
Like-
little Dilla.
Yeah, just like when there was that dead opossum on the course.
Yeah.
Can we
Well,
tell that
The
story?
baby dead opossum on last Sunday.
yeah, we should tell that story. Stevie, do you want to go?
I wasn't the one who touched it.
Nobody touched it. I was thinking about moving it.
I put it in the cooler and we took it home.
There was an opossum that was perished next to a sand trap, and
Or
I had
if they
the
kidnap,
quick
we
thought
have-
to do we give this guy a proper burial? And Scotty talked me out of it, and then later
He says it like it was a joke, but he was very matter of fact. Like,
I was
we can't keep playing. We have to bury this raccoon. And I'm like, first of all, Josh, it's not a raccoon. Second of all, you cannot dig a hole. I don't think I've seen you lift a weight in 2 years. You can't dig a hole.
no, you put him
Fuck,
in the
Stanley
sand
yelled
trap. In the sand trap, you just bury him with some sand.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll just bury him in the 1-inch deep sand trap.
Well,
Reminds me of a story I know called "The Puppy Who Lost His Way."
Yeah,
great tune.
Thumb Mountain.
All right. Well, look, I think Canyons is definitely on the weird list. Check out Weird Golf. Check out all the different courses that are featured. And we got Canyons on here. It's got the ability, or where is this? Canyons, speak to me. Ooh, you know what? I need to put in a search feature. That's one of the things that we need to do. We also need to update this card because it's definitely not banned in Oregon. All right, moving on. But yeah, this is definitely a course that I feel like people should check out. It is unique. It's special.
You'll never play anything like it, and then you'll never play anything like it after that either because it was terrible. But we loved it. We had a great time.
I think that we did have a great time. Like that's
We had a great time. It was a
everybody-
great course. I hated it.
No
That's
one
a great-
left with balls. Like we all lost all of
We
our
all
balls.
ran out of balls. But at some point, we had to buy more at the turn. We got a box each.
It's
They came
true.
free with the
It's
course.
true.
They must have known,
It's
right?
true.
Didn't we get a box of balls for free when we played our round?
I don't know, but they should.
Yeah, we did.
I'm almost positive. Again, it might have been because I just bought that sweater that was way too small. Did I tell you guys about that yet?
A little bonus there.
That should be the tagline for Canyons. It should be like Canyons Golf. You'll never play golf again.
Yeah, you're gonna take some time off after this round, buddy.
Yeah.
8 hours, but it's fine because you're not gonna play.
It's true. It's true. I think that look, if we were back in Park City, would you play it again?
No.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we play the Muni course?
Well,
Everyone
we
likes
play
the
both.
Muni
You
course.
know, you
Yeah,
don't want to
there
go
were other
back.
options.
You don't want to take another crack at this.
No.
We'll see.
Oh, I
That's
do.
amazing.
Like as
I-
part of like a multi-day golf trip in the area, sure, I would play it again.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I
But
think
if I
that-
only had 1 day to play, no, I would not.
I think you're right. I think it makes sense. We need to explore other opportunities.
Like maybe
Yeah.
if they give us like quads to ride around instead of golf carts or snowmobiles, I don't know. Give us something to take the edge off the 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, it was a long one. And then at the end,
Antelopes?
what did we? It was lightning. Why did we stop?
It's just a little bit of torrential downpour and historic lightning strikes.
On
Yeah,
the same hole we were on, and I was pushing. I wanted to keep
Mike
going.
wanted to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we're
wanted to
fine.
go.
I think
You're
I
I
right.
figured like, what are the odds at this high elevation holding metal rods There's no world where we get struck.
You're right. I remember
Yeah,
that.
we had
I
to go-
remember
Arguably the
that.
highest point in the state. We were. I mean, honestly, we were good.
My Achilles was about to pop, and it was
Oh, yeah.
raining, and I was like not feeling it. I remember. I remember that. But yeah, I mean, Mike, I'm sorry we cut things off early. You know, we deserve to go back there so you could finish your round. You
Yeah,
know, we owe it to you.
that'd be fun. I would
Get
love
you there, like on a golf sim though, where we can play other courses.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. So hey, let's just go around and any final thoughts on this course, and give it like a 1 out of 5. You know, like if you're gonna not like a traditional like this course versus Pebble Beach, but give it kind of like a weird golf 1 out of 5. You know, like this is
Weirdo meter.
a unique bird, if you will.
Well, what's a 5?
A 5 would be like the weirdest, like a golf course in
a shoe.
underneath the ocean on the moon.
And I'd say like a 4.
Yeah. Using that hyper specific scale.
Yeah,
about a 4.
you know. All right,
Yeah.
Mikey, you want to lead us off? Final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's just they put a golf course in the middle of a ski resort. This is what happens. It's not really built out from an operations perspective, but it's the most beautiful shit you're ever gonna play. But you can't expect to have like be treated like a 5-star guest. There's like a shack for a
More
clubhouse.
of like a trailer, like a
More of
ride.
a trailer. I think a trailer is fair.
Yeah,
But what
a
it, what
couple
it is,
nets to hit into.
yeah, I mean, I don't think you'll play at a more like beautiful course. Like you're on a ski slope playing golf. It's pretty cool. So I give it a 2. I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. I'm going halves. You can't stop me on the weird meter.
Wow, you could do whatever you want, Mike.
That's where I've landed.
All right, I like it. Stevie?
I don't know how you, on like a weird golf scale, like what's weirder than that we are realistically going to play? Like that's a very rare kind of a course. I'd call it like if 5 is under the ocean or on the moon, this is probably a 4.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of distance between 4 and 5, but it's like the Richter scale, it's like times 10 every level up.
Yeah, there aren't too many mountain golf courses.
Yeah.
Honestly, I expected to hate that take, Stevie, and I actually kind of agreed with you at the end, so I don't hate it.
Yeah, it took you had to take us with you for a minute.
I liked it.
It landed the plane on that, and I respect that.
All right,
Thank
Scotty, bring us home.
I think it was definitely a 3. I mean, just because of that one hole, which is just insane and ridiculous. Like you're never gonna play a hole like that ever. So like it's got to be high. I have to assume if we're on the moon playing, there's something weirder as a 4. So I give it like maybe 3.5, honestly.
I like that. I like
And
that.
I,
I think,
don't,
I think
yeah,
that's
I think 3.5. I will also say, by the way, I've been shitting on this course a lot, but it was also insanely well kept. Like everything was perfect. Like all the greens were immaculate. The fairways are in incredible condition. Tee boxes were dog shit, but everything else is great.
That's a good point.
look.
So,
I
so
think
again, it deserves a 3.5, the extra
Yeah.
half point because it was so well maintained.
I like that. I think that it could definitely. There were definitely things about it, and whether it's the weight or some of these other things. Like, I mean, we're here talking about it, and
And there's like nothing glamorous about it, right? There's no pro shop. It's literally a trail, like a construction trailer. When they're done
Yeah.
building it, like, hey, just leave that shit there. Let's put a pro shop in it.
Yeah, it was a container.
Yeah, and
container.
then so people that go to this course should not expect any kind of looks or like bells and whistles. It's like I think the cash register was kind of like one of these guys, and so the whole thing. So
yeah,
like,
but
yeah.
you get these views. Like that's
Yeah,
really,
I think again,
like,
I just think all of their income goes to the greens, like nothing to everything else, which is perfect. No one gives a shit about the other stuff. You get there and play golf. 3.5, baby.
that's a good point. I think that's a good point. If you're investing in all your other stuff, you're not investing in your course, and like I'm sure it takes a lot to upkeep this bad boy.
Yeah, people definitely remember a shitty course more than they would remember a shitty pro shop.
And I doubt they get that much traffic. Like it's a destination.
I don't know,
thing.
man. I imagine they're churning and burning, but I don't know.
Year round?
definitely
Well,
not year round. Yeah, this is a
Not
ski
winter,
slope
dude.
in the this is like an ATV track in the winter.
that's true. That was a bad take. That was a bad take.
Yeah.
No, but hey, thank you guys so much. I think it's so fun to like reminisce about these cool things, and I think what's so cool is that, you know, none of us played well. We all played like shit, but it was super fun, and we're all having smiles as we think about it and reminisce, and you know, that's what golf and going out there and, you know, places like this are about. So thank you guys for hopping on. Any final thoughts on the way out? This is our first like recording as a quad.
Nope. Heck you.
All right, and with that, go check out weirdgolf.com. We're going to go check out weird golf courses, and we're going to talk about them. It won't be great, but hopefully you'll join us. All right, good night.